What's good? What's good? What's good? So today I'm going to be writing this status update. I don't think I will have time to record it today, but at least I will write it, I think. And I may make this video instead. If you were to make just 1x per year, what would it be? Or think along those lines. Yo, what's going on? I don't know what else. Oh yeah, I wanted to look up maybe YouTube, my own channel, the past update that I've done. Damn, 2 views, all-time low record, I guess. How's it going, by the way? How was therapy? I wanted to make my status update because Visa made his September status update, so I was like, huh, I should make it. I got reminded. Plus, things have been going on, maybe with not really, right? It's just the process of applying and all this. But I thought it's time. I think it's been since. I think I didn't do one in August, or if I did in August, it was probably early August and not late August. So let's see. Status update late June. Control F. I think I've done one after that one, right? Status. No, I haven't. I've done today starts my second half of the year with this kind of, I guess, a status update, right? Oh, I did make my 27 and nothing changes video, which is kind of a status update. But I didn't do one since June, and doing these questions that I had done in the past. Pretty good. Nice. Therapy. Oh yeah, I have to buy this. I mean, it's kind of disgusting. But it probably just needs a cleanup. Use parts 51B. Okay. And it's brown. I will buy it later. I went to the mall today. They didn't have it. So yeah. And yeah, I wanted to maybe watch this status update from June 2024, late June 2024, to see what I say in my status updates, I guess. I guess the first part is just something that I say, and then there are some questions that I answer. I remember from that Karima video, if I recall correctly. So yeah, it is a nice moment, I guess. Let's see. Status update mid-year 2024, aka mid-late June 2024. So it's late June, and I thought I would do some kind of mid-year overview rather than just an incremental update, even though it's going to have like the incremental update part.
and I'm going to answer the questions that I said.
The volume for you doesn't
status
change, right?
updates. But yeah, I watched all of the status updates from this year, so late January, end of February 2024, early May 2024, and I scrolled through my channel and I remembered that I had made this kind of New Year's resolution of making money online, which I have not accomplished yet. So, well, I have accomplished somewhat, but not to a significant degree. And yeah, I have some reflections on this. So comparing to the first part of the year, the first status update, so comparing to right at the beginning of the year, right at the beginning of the year, I was kind of more cheery or something like this, and kind of excited because new year, new beginnings, blah, blah. And my friend was back, so yeah, that made me think of like comparing myself to others, right? Because this friend that came in January came back. He's here right now. I saw him yesterday, right? So I was like, okay, in the time that he's been outside Spain working, blah, 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 what have I done? What have I accomplished? What have I failed at? And what has happened in the time between his comings? And honestly, the first answer that comes to my mind is like nothing, but it's false, right? That's why I had this failed at, accomplished, etc. And I would say that I have been rejected, /ghosted on like 10 or 20, 10, 15 jobs, something like this, that I have applied in several degrees. Some just click application, 2 or 3. Some send a resume, 1, 2 or 3, and the rest making a detailed video application. Most of the video applications have been ghosts. Some of the sends have been ghosts, but the sending resumes, I actually got like a call.
No, it's actually really low. Yeah, I assumed. Well, it's not really low. It's like it's how it used to be. But I have to do something like this. Let's see. Propiedades de audio avanzadas. Probably I have to do something like this so that it sounds like my tone, my voice. Let's see.
Call back an interview, and
yeah, I should even put it a little bit higher. But
from cold emails plus YouTube comments and videos and all this, I got a couple of a gig, another gig, and an interview. No, and a ghosting. So I have actually attempted things, and I have been ghosted, aka failed at those. I have uploaded several videos, probably like 30 or something like that. We can count.
Okay, so since the last update, well, I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've uploaded 50 videos in 2024, apparently. And of those 50 videos, around 1 or 2 have been edited videos. I have edited my history with phones video. I have edited my food in a week video. And the rest are more or less off the cuff with different degrees of effort. I'd say I've watched more movies than average. I've watched 7 Impossible movies, 7 Mission Impossible, Up in the Air, Comedy Special, some Studio Ghibli, some random movies, Elizabeth Debicki, Matrix, Batman Begins, Iron Man, iRobot, Dark Knight, Kung Fu Panda and 2, some Almodovar, Past Lives, Punch Drunk Love and those style of movies, John Wick, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, Valentine, and I have a couple that I have not put in the thread yet. More Studio Ghibli movies like Kiki the Little Service.
Movies I watched. Should I even say these? Movies I've watched? I think I will say something about books, the books that I've read. I think since then, I've read some books. Let's see. Let's check something. Let's check the amazon.com, well, .es, my, whatever. Well, I shouldn't say it. I mean, it is like one of those temporal codes, but just in case. What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? Since August, I guess. This was late June. So since late June, aka July, August passed, read a little bit. Something happened. Yeah, I logged into my Amazon account, and before entering into the account, it opened one of these password managers or something, right? But it did something. It did it in a strange way. Like it paused the password manager. Sorry, it paused the whole page until the password manager got opened, which was strange. I hope I didn't get hacked. I mean, it's the official Amazon domain and all this, right? And I do have this thing. I hope I didn't erase my Amazon password. Because like I just put one of these single-use codes for the that they send you on SMS or something, right? Interesting. So,
The one
books I've read. I don't want to say which books, but I've read 3 books. Let's see.
with the fucking Spirited Away. Some Richard Linklater movies, including one in the cinema. I've watched another movie with my mom in the cinema as well. And yeah, regarding more like media consumption, you could say books I have not read a lot. I think I have not finished a single real book. I have finished a couple of, you could say, visual novels or something like this. One based on the movie that I watched with my mom in the cinema called La Casa. Another one called Fair Weather from my dad. And yeah, something else that I have been doing, I guess, is playing games. And this is especially recently. This is more moving on from the things that had happened. Actually, let's go back. Let's go back to here. So those are some of the things that I have done, accomplished, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I could probably write tweets or something like this in the middle or something. But yeah, I've watched also some stuff.
Okay, so late June was end of spring, right? Beginning of summer. And now in summer, I can say what I've done in the summer, right? Routines type stuff, right? Routine type stuff. So in the summer, I've like gone to the pool quite often, right? Gone to the pool quite often. And I read in the pool, right? I read in the pool usually. That's why I've read like more books than usual, plus those essays, plus.
On YouTube, mainly the main things that come to mind are traveling videos from Mateo and Lisana, a series by this guy called Ramírez Aventura. Those are the main things that come to mind, but some others also. Then I have still not been walking a lot, even if the weather has now turned nice compared to when I was watching these videos, for example, in January and all this. I did not really take advantage of the good weather that much. My steps videos are probably super low. I had a project, well, not a project, I had an idea a while ago of like walking from Madrid to Segovia, just walking and sleeping in my house in the middle, so as to make it less intense. But I never did it, and I think it's already turning worse because it's going to turn hotter and hotter. So I don't think I will do it in summer, and I will probably do it after. But I don't know. We will see. If I ever do it. I had also an idea of contacting a certain YouTuber that I like who is from Segovia to see if we can arrange something or something.
That plan is not going to happen. The YouTuber from Segovia plan is, I don't think so. Well, maybe, I don't know. There is still a chance.
Maybe I could wait until I make a book and until he makes the book or something, until he releases his book or something like that. Who knows?
Because his book is going to come out, I guess, relatively soon. And if I don't think I don't know. It depends on like how much I run. I had this goal of like running a 10K for my 10,000th day. So
then, continuing, status update late February. These are some things that are related to the things that I saw in that February update, which is that I'm way more moody than then. I'm back to pre-January levels of moody levels. So I made the chart. What I said in February was that my mood was rising, and in January it had risen previously from before, and in February it had risen even more. But now I'm not sure. I wrote here that it peaked here in March, but I'm not sure actually. It may have peaked there and then went downhill still. I feel like I'm going constantly downhill. I'm feeling worse and worse each month that passes. So yeah, I could have elevated or put this down. I never feel like even at my highest I was that happy, but I don't know, maybe I'm retroactively feeling in things. But yeah, I in that same video I said that I worry about money as well. So I have been worrying about the same things for a long time. So I don't think I was actually feeling that well ever. But yeah. And then yeah, some things aside from comparing myself to other times, like some things that are more current, are for example that I have been playing games lately. So this Denison game is some kind of life simulator game, which I think is interesting to highlight because the thing that made me want to buy it is that it's a simple game about like life, right? It's a life simulator, and I thought it was interesting, right? You have to get a job, buy groceries, and that kind of thing. So in that sense, I feel like even those kind of games are kind of inspiring, right? Then Drivers San Francisco, I feel like I could make a video just about the Drivers San Francisco and my take on it, and it's in the plans, actually in the works, like in the plans it is, and it's about kind of like how it's a game that really satisfies my taste for cars, right? How I see cars. This basically game with a lot of variety of cars where you can, like, where the game mechanics really tell you to jump around and drive different cars and crash them quickly and all of this. I think that's...
Let's see. YouTube video ideas. Control copiar. I'm going to take note of this. Control O. YouTube video ideas. Driver San Francisco. Video about how the game is satisfies scratches and itch. Bloop. Let's see, 6:30. And do something like variety of cars driving a lot. I don't know, something like this, right?
something that appeals to me, which is kind of unlike the real world, where if you buy a car, you more or less have to commit to it to a certain extent. But yeah, it's kind of inspiring me maybe to think through that product, because I think my life is a bit paradoxical. Well, my life, not my life, but my way of seeing cars is a bit paradoxical. Right? I am interested in many different cars and all of that, but also I have never owned a single car, like bought out of pocket by me, etc. And thus I have never like bought and sold many cars, which is like what many car enthusiasts do. Right? Many car enthusiasts are not like super attached to a single car. Meanwhile, I kind of get attached to things. So yeah, it's kind of contradictory how that impulse of me getting attached to one single thing, one single object, and to all my possessions and wanting to keep them all, right? That impulse also impedes maybe this kind of other side of the enjoyment of like trying new things and all that. Well, being able to try new things by dropping others. And yeah, I will probably buy Rimworld and play it on stream next week. So that is something
that did happen.
that I'm setting to. Okay, so now let's go to the questions. How do I feel about my money situation now?
Okay. Questions. Can I do something like yes? That's pretty fire. Boom. How do you feel about your money situation right now? How do you feel about your job employment, blah, 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 other time, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now I'm back to walking, waking up. It's more 11:30. How do I feel about my money situation? Okay, so since the last update, routine, gone to the pool, plus the FWS essay, read books in the summer, plus the FWS essay, and a couple novellas. And the big thing, which is I have an interview, right? Interview coming up next Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. So that will influence these things, right? How do you feel about my money situation right now? Materially, same as always, but now I'm hopeful about the future because of the interview that I have coming up. It's not huge money, but it's the start of something. How do you feel? Blah, 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 blah. I'm feeling hopeful and think the opportunity coming up is interesting. Not something I'd pictured, and it has trade-offs, but I'm willing to make them. Let's see. Art pastimes you like to practice. Video games, right? Video. In the wake of this, I'm giving myself permission. By the way, yesterday I played. Okay, I have to do a couple of things. I forgot yesterday to take the picture. Actually, I forgot yesterday also to say what I had for lunch the day before, but today, since I don't remember what I had the day before, I will say what I had yesterday, which was... What did my dad make yesterday? Spanish omelette. Spanish omelette with ham. It was decent. It's a bit off compared to my ideal Spanish omelette, but it's better than it has been in some days where it was way more off, so acceptable. And today for lunch I had some kind of strange carrot salad, but it's not salad, it's like boiled or like oven baked carrots. I think it's boiled carrots with some kind of oil sauce, kind of oil vinaigrette maybe, and almond sauce, some kind of thick almond, not sauce, more like a crumbly, kind of crumbly sauce maybe, And I think it's made out of almonds or out of nuts, I don't know. But it's kind of this earthy, nutty flavor, which complements the carrots and the oil well, and it's a good dish in my opinion. It's like a good salad. It smells a little bit bad because of the vinegar, I think, but it's a good type of first dish. I think if I go to Germany, I will copy it, maybe. I will ask my mom for the recipe and copy it. Then, a kind of meat with like, I guess like schnitzel. I'm not sure what the name is of that in English, but basically, cow schnitzel. Basically, cow meat schnitzel. Beef schnitzel, you could say. Something like that. Basically, to put it simply. With potatoes. That was the lunch I had today. And going back to what this I was saying here, I played video games yesterday. I played Satisfactory because I opened up Steam. Oh yeah, yesterday, by the way, yesterday's stream was of me playing Train Simulator. Today I did not want to play Train Simulator because I have this to do, right? But I know what you mean at least. Yeah, maybe the Americans who will watch this in 2030 won't, but they can just Google schnitzel. And basically, I was saying that I'm giving myself permission to play, right? And yesterday I did exactly that. I played Satisfactory because of this. I opened up Steam to like update Train Simulator or to see some updates of some other games, and saw this huge ass whatever this is called. So I was like, fuck it, let's play Satisfactory. And that's what I did. I played this until like 3:30 a.m. or something. Because it crashed, by the way. I started a new world. Instead of continuing the one I had, which maybe would have been wiser, I started a new world, and I'm already starting from the bottom, trying to do like things manually and all this, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. But it's not bad. It's fun. Like even the early stages are kind of fun and all this, and like the progression, it's cool. I got caught in a cave, but I think I got out. But just when I was getting out, it crashed. The game crashed. So I don't know where the game will be open when I open it or whatever. Was the stream working at least? Yesterday on stream, it went down once. And by the way, it's like today's stream, it's like no one comes in, no one new comes in, but you are here, right? So there is always one viewer. There in the Train Simulator stream, the opposite happens. It's like there is always kind of 0 viewers in general, right? But like no one is actually watching. But there are people coming in all the time. So I have like views. There are like views and users, watchers, viewers, right? So views, there are like 50 or 60 over time, right? It starts increasing because people come in, then they go like click, dip, and there were like a couple of videos and Quadro joined at the end. But yeah, basically for most of the stream, it like basically no one was there. But it didn't crash except one time. One time at the middle of the stream, it did crash. And yeah, it was, I guess, annoying, but yeah. I would have been there. And yeah, it was, to be honest, it was a pretty boring stream, I guess, because the train things that I did the Train Academy thing, which is pretty fucking boring, but it's probably like driving the train itself is probably boring as well. I don't know, like boring to watch at least, not to do, especially a real train. Like a real train probably has a little bit more to it, but it's still kind of right. I don't know. I learned some things. Maybe we will see in the next stream that I do about actual driving trains, which will be probably tomorrow or on the weekend. But yeah. What? I lost the track of like my mental thread. Basically, I played this game, but this game I played it at night. So that is what I wanted to say. Like I streamed Train Simulator, and it crashed once, but not like the game, but the fucking stream. But it wasn't super a big hassle because Train Simulator, the way it works, it's kind of your mouse is like free, so I don't have to like alt tab in a weird way. I can just click over onto the other monitor to see what's happening. And even though the window goes gray and it feels a little bit annoying, I don't know, it's not like super scary. For example, Satisfactory, if I were to stream this Satisfactory game, this game seems like a lot more resource intensive, and it seems like it has this potential to crash the game as well as the streaming, right? Train Simulator seems like an old game, so yeah, it seems like it can, like the computer can handle streaming it. And yeah, I think that's what I wanted to say with this, right? That I gave myself permission to play this. And that was also mixing answering this question with like, what did I do yesterday? So yeah, yesterday on stream, because you missed it, I can say it, right? I'll update you. Yeah, and also because yesterday on stream I didn't say what I did the day before. Maybe I could like do a double day update. I don't know, but I don't remember that far back. I mostly played the game. I think I watched some videos. I would have a thing to say, but it's not appropriate, I guess. So I won't say it, but it is a thing, I guess. I'm reading. I finished the book the day before. I think I finished the book, and today I finished an essay, a David Foster Wallace essay, while walking. I don't walk that much, to be honest. I walk a little bit while reading, which means that I walk more slowly. Plus, then I spend a lot of time actually sitting somewhere reading. So, yeah. Okay, how do you feel about the environment you live in right now? I still feel the same constraints. Let's see, I still feel constrained, basically. Constrained, but I see hope but I am hopeful that this injection of activity plus money will change things up a little bit, right? Will change things up a little bit. How do you feel about following your intuition recently? I feel better, I think. I feel better. Not just the job thing, not just the job, but in general. Oh, yesterday, by the way, when I went to take care of the cat, of my neighbor's cat, that she went, like my neighbor's mom, who went to a vacation, blah, 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 the cat thing. The fucking cat hates me for some reason now. I don't know why. It gets like so angry. I give it food, I give it sweet treats or whatever, I try to like caress it or whatever the fuck, and then it pays me back with like fucking scratching me and why is the fucking camera so bad? Okay, here. Let's see. This. I mean, it's not a huge scratch, like I'm not going to die, but bro, I feed you, I give you water, blah, 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 I give you company, I give you love and affection, and you give me hurt and pain and you do to me. What the fuck? So yeah, I was like, fuck it. Today I'm not going to go see the cat. But no, I will go see the cat. Even though I haven't actually been paid in like before. Which is, I don't know. I mean, I don't do it for the money. Like, it's like what, 10 euros or something. Because she wants me to come only once in the whole week. I go more often. I go every day still because I don't want to forget. But yeah, maybe now I'm like, fuck it. Fuck you, cat. It's like I was like, fuck it. I was supposed to become only once. So now I won't. But I don't know. I will see what goes on. Not just the job, but in general, I feel like I'm both more receptive to things people say because I feel more confident in my criteria. Let's see, something like that. What really makes me happy? But yeah, I almost cried thinking about the cat thing, but I didn't. Let's see how is my health thing. How is my health? I would say no change. Well, today my head hurts, but aside from that, I guess I'm right. I'm alright. And yeah, I've already said that I have not been working a lot and all this, but not a lot doesn't mean like zero, and I'm not like bedridden or anything like that. Right? I'm still, I'm not super active, but I kind of move a little bit and all this. So my health is not degrading at a super fast pace, at least. Yeah, let's see. No change. What I've been thinking, right? I've been thinking about kind of back pain, right? Back pain slash posture and dental things, right? And dental. No change because I still had these issues, right? But now with money, right? Maybe I feel more agentic, right? I feel more agentic about them. What really makes me happy? Who really makes me happy? Still a hard question. What really makes me happy? Again, a hard question. What did I say in the video?
It's not improving.
Lately, everything feels bittersweet. Was gonna say that lately games, but it'd be lying because there's a bittersweet component there too. I noticed a bit. What do you mean? The back, the posture. Oh. What really makes me happy? Let's see. I'm more hopeful, let's say, because I had things coming up, right? I have things coming up, but I don't. So that's a factor, right? Expecting things. But I don't know if it is like happy or whatever. Let's go. I think I'm going to record the video today. Maybe tomorrow I will do this. Yeah, 36, 25 minutes. I hope I end this video. I make this video quicker. Okay, let's see. I considered some jobs got rejected / ghosted, and in the consideration process this opportunity came up and hit some points. Hit a lot of checks, right? Checked a lot of boxes, right? And checked a lot of boxes. Let's see, and checked a lot more boxes comparatively, right? Comparatively. Okay, I'm going to write the video idea. Pepe Martín García, libro Segovia. Where in this video? So, let's do something like this. Status update, September 2024. It's more or less like mid-September, I would say. Early mid-September. So, I watched this video, my last status update in my channel, which is this mid-year 2024 late June status update before summer, you could say. So maybe this is an after summer status update. And yeah, there in this video I compared it to the beginning of the year more than the previous answer. So I think here I'm going to compare it. Well, here I'm going to compare it to this video a little bit because it has been like the summer. So I think that I have things to compare. So yeah, basically since that last update, in this update, I talked about the things that I've done, which was basically videos that I have uploaded, movies that I've watched, etc., etc. And here I want to touch a little bit on that same tone to say that comparatively, I guess my movies and all of this, I have watched a similar amount of movies maybe. I've uploaded maybe a little bit less of videos, but I wanted to touch on the book part and say that I've read like 3 books in the summer, a couple of novellas, plus some DFW essays, right? So I think I have put a little bit more words in me, longish form words. So I don't know, I wouldn't say that I'm mega proud or anything like this. It's not like this huge achievement, but it is, I guess, something. And they are topics that interest me. I have seen, it is like inspirational, right? It makes me feel more connected a little bit versus just watching movies where I feel a little bit more separated from that versus books maybe. Then, in that video, I also mentioned my routines. So, in this case, my routine type stuff in the summer has been going to the pool quite often. I think many days I've gone to the pool, and I read in the pool. So yeah, that's why I've read, I guess, more books than I used to, and more essays, more of these things, right? And now that the summer is over, because it's September 12th, so technically summer isn't over, but the weather is not summery anymore, I'm back to walking and waking up, I guess, a little bit earlier compared to like 1 p.m. that I was waking up then, right? So waking up at 1 p.m. is basically just reading the phone because I don't have enough time to like walk. Here, I do have like enough time to walk and I can check the phone and then I still have enough time to walk, right? So I'm back to this kind of, I guess, a little bit more healthy routine, you could say. And then the big thing compared to then is that then I was feeling a lot more hopeless and probably it came across in tone, probably. But because I didn't have a purpose or basically all of my job search was kind of going badly, all of my attempts were fruitless, right? Versus now where I have something lined up a little bit and yeah, it can still fail, but I have more confidence in it going right. So yeah, I basically considered some jobs. Like the process of this was basically during the summer. I kind of gave up on the dream job scenario, basically looking for something remote or trying to get into the video field online, right? Through online contacts, that kind of thing. And instead considered like some going to Germany to move boxes with a friend of mine, those kind of things. And in that consideration, I was looking at Instagram ads, that kind of thing, and this opportunity came up, which was basically this training program to become a train driver. And this opportunity came up, and it checked a lot of more boxes comparatively versus just like moving boxes or like becoming a delivery driver. Well, not a delivery driver. Well, I guess it is a delivery driver, right? The delivery driver part was interesting, but it checked more boxes than that on like a global type scale in a global scale, I would say. So I think I liked it more, and it feels like the right opportunity to take at this time. So I am more hopeful, I guess, versus the way I was feeling with that opportunity, which felt more like a giving up. This one feels more like, okay, it's not what I have pictured, but it is something that is interesting in my mind, right? It still checks out of boxes, it's still aligned in many ways versus those other opportunities that I had thought of. And now we go to the questions part. This questions part is like Karim asks questions from a video that I've been doing this year in my status updates. So, how do you feel about your money situation? Oh, okay, before the question, sorry. Vacation. I've gone on vacation, I guess, for two places, right? I've gone to the north of Spain in July, and it was a nice vacation with my friends, eating a lot of good food, relatively long. It was almost a week. Half of it with 3 friends, half of it with the rest of them. But it was an interesting trip. But it didn't solve anything, as in it didn't make me, I guess, sometimes vacations kind of do serve as this reset, right? In my case, it didn't serve as any kind of reset or anything, right? Then I had another vacation. We went to Alhama de Aragón to this kind of spa destination. It was nice. But again, it was not like this switch in or like disconnection or something like this, right? It was, a different change of pace, interesting thing that, it was interesting in a way. And I approached them in an interesting way as well, but they were not like super, I don't know, like ways to disconnect from the routine and recharge batteries or that kind of thing, or a way to connect in a deeper way with people, like my group of friends. Exactly, it wasn't like that kind of vibe like this. But when my friend is in Spain, the one who comes from Germany, we do have like more conversation and all of this. So that in that sense, maybe it is, right? And I guess lately I have been feeling regarding my friends more, I don't know, not more positive in a way, but maybe more positive, right? I think I've been negative. Like in my head, I get negative in that sense, right? Regarding my own friend group and all this. And even though the negative parts still are there, I can see the positives now, I guess, after those breaks. And I don't know. Okay, so now on to my money situation. Sorry, and on to the Karima's questions that I have been doing. First, how do I feel about my money situation right now? And even though materially it's still the same as it was like at that beginning of the year, now because I have, it was my birthday, so I got a little capital injection by my father, which is always nice. But so in that sense, a little bit more relief after that moment. But more or less the same, except that now I have this opportunity coming up, this interview coming up, and I'm hopeful about it. Right? It's not huge money, especially at the beginning, but because the train thing, in case it's not clear, because I didn't explain it in the video, but I explained it in others, it's basically becoming a train driver. So they pay for your German language a little bit, then they pay for your training in German money ways, and then they pay you a German salary, which is not a super high salary, let's be real, but it's decent. So yeah, it's not huge money, especially at the beginning, but it is the start of something, and I feel hopeful about it, right? It allows for some of the goals that I have to start getting accomplished, which is important for me. How do you feel about your job, employment situation, daily activities right now? I mentioned before about my routines are getting back on track to be a bit healthier and a bit more oriented to to the things that I think I have to grapple with and all of this, right? Reading the things that I'm reading and walking a little bit, right? Getting a little bit healthier in that sense. And in the job employment situation, I am feeling hopeful, and I think also I think that even though it will cut off things like that I've been very consistent with, like streaming and all of this, I do feel hopeful in the sense that it will bring a new spin to the times when I do stream, right? I think that now the focus of my life, etc., is like this online world, and that is bad, right? I feel like making the focus of my life the fucking train thing will make the online part better. I think it is kind of how I perceive the vibe right now. Maybe in some other moment it's time to go back to the online world in like full force, right? But I feel like right now it's time to go out in the real world, and then the times that I go into the online world, it will be like a fresher way. I feel like, so I'm feeling hopeful in that way, right? I feel hopeful in both senses. And yeah, it is not something like I pictured, for example, working remote, etc., or like working directly in the video field, working directly online, right? And it has trade-offs, right? So especially time, especially the conditions, right? Especially the physical conditions, having to move to some other place. Well, that part is nice, but having to probably live in some not ideal places, like sharing rooms or like being very far away from the city, that kind of things, it's not the best condition, right? There are trade-offs being made, but I'm willing to make them. Then, art pastimes you'd like to learn and practice. I think video games. This is like the main thing that I've given myself permission to, is to like play video games. I look around and I have like these fucking music things, etc. But I feel like, so I may take advantage of this during my learning German phase, but I feel like until I start with that, it's going to be like video games basically, or YouTube videos, and nothing else. And then I guess this counts as giving me like this opportunity to learn German deeper, right? It is kind of that. How do I feel about the environment I live in right now? I still feel constrained as I felt. You can't see it on the screen unless I make myself smaller. But here I say, how do you feel about the environment right now? This was in June, and I said, I feel worse about this than before. My optimistic take on past videos is right. It's the best it's ever been, etc. But I still don't feel truly supported / alive. This is especially true when I think of friends. And right now, I would say that in a way, yes, but in a way, like nothing has changed, right? So the constraints are still the same. I still feel, but the support angle that I give it there, like right now, I feel more like real constraints, right? So for example, times that I can do things, those kind of stuff are still constrained in the same way. Basically, living with the parents is still living with the parents. But I do feel that the money will change at least some aspect of it. It will make me be like my brother right now, who does things more independently because he has a girlfriend, he has a life, right? And I think this will give me a life to have, basically, which is interesting. And will kind of not remove the constraints per se, but at least give some leeway in the constraints, especially for internally. And regarding the part here where I say something like, I don't truly feel supported, alive, etc. I think I'm feeling less not supported. I'm feeling not exactly more supported, but less not supported, let's say. And yeah, let's see. And yeah, I say there, this is especially true when I think of friends. Now, maybe like nothing really has changed, but I feel a little bit less like that, like I felt then. Let's just say that. Next question: how do you feel about following your intuition recently? And in this case, I will say that I feel better. In the other video, I felt really bad about it. Now I feel a little bit better. Interesting what this kind of just single job thing does. I mean, it's not just that, to be honest, because I literally wrote it here. It's not just a job, but in general, it's like I feel like I'm more receptive to things people say because I feel more confident in my criteria, right? Maybe it's the reading, something like that. I don't know. Maybe I think it could be something like that. Instead of just watching videos of other people doing things and all this, I'm kind of reading more. And reading is different from watching people say opinions, because reading, I don't know, it has like a different tone, and it's like you think while you read, while watching it's sparks less thoughts, I would say, because the information is like coming at you, versus reading where the information is there, you can pause, you can think, and then you can continue, right? Videos are more like bombarding the information to you, which isn't bad. It's like classes, for example, are essentially videos, right? But so I'm not saying it's bad, right? I'm not saying it's bad to learn from videos, but I am saying that in my case, I feel like the books, the reading maybe has been beneficial. And yeah, I guess then I was saying this, I felt by my intuition, because my intuition told me that I had to get away from the default path, right? And now, and I literally say there, I feel like it has taken me nowhere, my intuition, and that I have to take a step back and listen to reason or the default path or something, right? And maybe I feel like now I'm listening to the default path, but in my way. I'm listening to reason, but in my way. And I feel like my intuition has taken me there, right? It's like part of my intuition was listening to, like, being able to be like, yes, I have to take a step back, right? That step is something that I guess I had to intuit, right? I had to grasp instead of like going all out on or doing something crazy, right? I did the rational thing or whatever, right? But I didn't do it rationally, right? It was more like intuitively, right? Intuitively, I saw this kind of path. I saw the thing that, yeah, I threw myself with the most strength at the thing that looked the most promising, right? At the thing that, and that was an intuitive process. It was not super rational, right? It had a lot of discussion, etc., and it was not like a single moment decision, like whatever. But it has a lot of intuitive components, is what I mean, and I feel aligned with them, I guess. What really makes me happy? I don't know. Here I say I'm more hopeful, etc., because I have things coming up. So that's a factor, expecting things, right? I think that what gets my mood up, having things coming up, right? Being expectant for things. But I wrote, but I don't know, because I don't know, like, it's possible that if I will feel even more sad if I get rejected from even this, right? If even these people reject me, I will feel pretty bad, right? I will have a moment of like not knowing what the hell to do. So I hope that doesn't happen. But if it does happen, I guess I will figure it out some other way. But still, right? It's the having things coming up and achieving these little goals, etc., that gives, I guess, that gives me happiness lately, right? That gives me motivation to continue, etc. I'm not sure if happiness, but that. Then, who really makes me happy? This is still, I left it blank in the last video. Right now, I don't know. It's like I mentioned the thing about friends before, right? Here in the vacation part, I do feel like my friends do make me happy, right? But there is always this part, right? It's like the online world, etc. Now I can also see what things in it make me more happy versus what things make me less happy, I would say, right? So, well, that maybe belongs to the what category, but also the who category, right? I can see whose videos, for example, make me feel better, make me feel hopeful, etc., and whose videos make me feel envious, I guess. Whose videos make me think and whose videos make me mad, that kind of thing, right? Or on Twitter, whose accounts kind of get me mad and whose accounts I like, that kind of thing. And then, how is my health? Although in the previous point, like who really makes me, the accounts part is difficult, right? I'm not 100% on anything, right? I can't say, okay, this, I'm saying that it's a process and that I think I'm getting better at figuring out who makes me angry, right? Who makes me angry and who makes me think in a good way, right? But sometimes it's the same person, right? Sometimes the same person says something that makes me angry, but that makes me think. That kind of thing, right? So, yeah. It's not a settled issue. But then, now, how is my health? No change. But, aka, I'm more or less healthy. I still can walk around. That blah 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 blah. Right? But I've been thinking about this kind of back pain, posture, and dental things. Right? I say no change because I still had this issue back then when I said no change before, etc. I've been having these kind of small issues for a long time. But now, because I have this hopefulness about money, I think that maybe I will feel more agentic about kind of getting to solve them, right? I don't know. Under 20 minutes, but just barely under 20 minutes. So yeah, it was my status update 2023. Sorry, my status update September 2024. You can post summer after summer edition. You can watch my playlist of past status updates over here. I will leave it here. But status update mid-year 2024, aka okay, mid-late June. Now uploading. I don't know what I do, by the way. For example, today, no drops, no frame drops, no. That was a lot. Was it? In what sense? I do feel like it was a lot of talking. I'm tired. My throat hurts a little bit. file name. It felt like it. Sorry, or you're welcome. I don't know. Books. Status update, September 2024. It's more or less like mid-September, I would say. Early mid-September. So, I watched this video, my last status. I lowered it a little bit to get the levels a little, even though it was, I guess, more or less like this. Status update in my channel, which is this mid-year 2024, late June. Okay, now I took here, playlist, past updates. Playlist of status updates, boop, past status update. Status update before summer, you could say. So maybe this is an after summer status update. And yeah, there in this video I compared it to the beginning of the year more than the previous answer. So I think here I'm going to compare it. Well, here I'm going to compare it to this video a little bit because it has been like the summer. So I think that I have things to compare. So yeah, basically since that last update, in this update, I talked about the things that I've done, which was basically videos that I have uploaded, movies that I've watched, etc., etc. And here I want to touch a little bit on that same tone to say that comparatively, I guess, which was basically videos that I have uploaded, I think that I have things to compare. So yeah, basically since that last update, in this update, the things that I've done, which was basically videos that I have uploaded, movies that I've watched, etc., etc. And here I want to touch a little bit on that same tone to say that comparatively, I guess, my movies and all of this, I have watched a similar amount of movies, maybe I've uploaded maybe a little bit less of videos, but I wanted to touch on the book part and say that I've read like 3 books in the summer, a couple of novellas, plus some DFW essays, right? So I think I have put a little bit more words in me, longish form words. So I wouldn't say that I'm mega proud or anything like this, it's not like this huge achievement, but it is, I guess, something, and they are topics that interest me. I have seen, it is like inspiration, right? It makes me feel more connected a little bit versus just watching movies where I feel a little bit more separated from that versus books, maybe. Then 01:45. In that video I also mentioned my routines. So in this case, my routine type stuff in the summer has been going to the pool quite often. I think many days I've gone to the pool and I've read in the pool. So yeah, that's why I've read, I guess, more books than I used to, and more essays, more of these things, right? And now that the summer is over, because it's September 12th, so technically the summer isn't over, but the weather is not summery anymore, I'm back to walking and waking up, I guess, a little bit earlier compared to like 1 p.m. that I was waking up then, right? So waking up at 1 p.m. is basically just reading the phone because I don't have enough time to like walk. Here, I do have like enough time to walk and I can check the phone and then I still have enough time to walk, right? So I'm back to this kind of, I guess, a little bit more healthy routine, you would say. And then the big thing compared to then is that then I was feeling a lot more. And then the big thing compared to then is that then I was feeling a lot more hopeless and probably it came across in tone probably, but because I didn't have a purpose, or I basically all of my job search was kind of going badly, all of my attempts were fruitless, right? Versus now where I have something lined up a little bit and yeah, it can still fail, but
I have more confidence in it going right. So yeah, I basically considered some jobs. Like the progress of this was basically during the summer. I kind of gave up on the dream job scenario, basically looking for something remote or trying to get into the video field online, right, through online contacts, that kind of thing, and instead considered like some going to Germany to move boxes with a friend of mine, those kind of things. And in that consideration, I was looking at Instagram ads, that kind of thing, and this opportunity came up, which was basically this training program to become a train driver. And this opportunity came up, and it checked out of more boxes compared to just like moving boxes or like becoming a delivery driver. Well, not a delivery driver. Well, I guess it is a delivery driver. Right? The delivery driver part was interesting, but it checked more boxes than that on like a global scale in a global scale, I would say. So I think I liked it more, and it feels like the right opportunity to take at this time. So I am more hopeful, I guess, versus the way I was feeling with that opportunity, which felt more like a giving up. This one feels more like, okay, it's not what I have pictured, but it is something that is interesting in my mind. Right? It still checks out of boxes, it's still aligned in many ways versus those other opportunities that I have thought of. And now we go to the questions part. This questions part is like Kalima's questions from a video that I've been doing this year in my subjects. So, how do you feel about your money situation? Oh, okay, before the question, sorry. Vacation.
05. 12, let's say.
I've gone on vacation, I guess, for two places. Right? I've gone to the north of Spain in July, and it was a nice vacation with my friends, eating a lot of good food, relatively long. It was almost a week. Half of it with 3 friends, half of it with the rest of them. But it was an interesting trip. But it didn't solve anything. As in, it didn't make me, I guess, sometimes vacations kind of do serve as this reset. Right? In my case, it didn't serve as any kind of reset or anything. Right? Then I had another vacation. We went to Gualama de Aragón to this kind of spa destination. It was nice. But again, it was not like this switch in or like this connection or something like this. Right? It was, a different change of pace, interesting thing that, it was interesting in a way. And they approached them in an interesting way as well. But they were not like super, I don't know, like ways to disconnect from the routine and recharge batteries or that kind of thing. Or a way to connect in a deeper way with people, like, not like my group of friends. Exactly. It wasn't like that kind of vibe like this. But when my friend is in Spain, the one who comes from Germany, we do have like more conversation and all of this. So that, in that sense, maybe it is, right? And I guess lately, I have been feeling, regarding my friends, more, I don't know, not more positive in a way, but yeah, maybe more positive, right? I think I've been negative. Like in my head, I get negative in that sense, right? Regarding my own friend group and all this. And even though the negative parts still are there, I can see the positives now, I guess, after those breaks. And yeah, I don't know. Okay, so now on to my mom situation. Sorry, on to the Kalima's questions that I have been doing.
What was it? 0720. Let's see. 0720.
And yeah, I don't know. Okay, so now on to my mom situation. Sorry, on to the Kalima's questions that I have been doing. First, how do I feel about my mom situation right now? And even though materially it's still the same as it was like at that time doing. First, how do I feel about my money situation right now? And even though materially it's still the same as it was like at the beginning of the year, now because I have, well, it was my birthday, so I got a capital injection by my father, which is always nice. But so in that sense, a little bit more relief after that moment. But more or less the same, except that now I have this
capital injection by my father.
Opportunity coming up, this coming up.
Sounds strange.
And I'm hopeful about it. It's not huge money, especially at the beginning, but because the training thing, in case it's not clear.
Plus, it was like 1,000 euros. I mean, it is capital, I guess, right? It is a more subtle way of saying my dad gave me money, I guess.
Because I didn't it's basically becoming a train driver, so they pay for your German language a little bit, then they pay for your training in German money ways, and then they pay you a German salary, which is not a super high salary, let's be real, but it's decent. So yeah, it's not huge money, especially at the beginning, but it is the start of something, and I feel hopeful about it. Right? It allows for some of the goals that I have to start getting accomplished, which is important for me. How do you feel about your job? Situation daily activities right now. I mentioned before about my routines are getting back on track to be a bit healthier and a bit more oriented to to the things that I think I have to grapple.
8:36 and the video is 20 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2.
With another this, right, reading the things that I'm reading and working a little bit healthier in that sense. And in the job employment situation, I am feeling hopeful, and I think also I think that even though it will cut off things like that I've been very consistent with, like streaming and all of this, I feel hopeful in the sense that it will bring a new spin to the times when I do stream. Right? I think that now the focus of my life, etc., is like this online world, and that
this part is interesting. This point, I think this is where it's a little bit longer.
It's bad, right? I feel like making the focus of my life the fucking brain thing will make the online part better. I think it is kind of how I perceive the vibe.
I wonder if I should index these things. Like, how the fuck do I index this? Because I want to put it over here, something like, let's see, reconnecting with the online world.
right now. Maybe in some of the moment it's time to go back to the online world in a full force, right?
Okay, actually this is for this one.
But I feel like right now it's time to go out in the real world, and then the time that I go into the online world, it will be like a fresh way. I feel like so. I'm feeling hopeful in that way. Right? I feel hopeful in both senses. Okay, it is not something like I pictured, for example, working remote, etc., or like working directly in the video field, working directly online, right? And it has trade-offs, right? So especially time, especially the conditions, right? Especially the physical condition, having to move to some other place. Well, that part is nice, but having to probably live in some not ideal places like sharing rooms or like being very far away from the city, that kind of things, it's not the best condition. Right? There are trade-offs being made, but I'm willing to make them. Then.
Yeah, this one is almost 2 minutes, 10:35.
At pastimes you'd like to learn and practice, I think video games. This is like the main thing that I've given myself permission to is to like play video games. I look around and I have like these fucking music things, etc. But I feel like so I may take advantage of this during my learning German phase. But I feel like until I start with that, it's going to be like video games basically or YouTube videos and nothing else. And then I guess this counts as giving me like this opportunity to learn German deeper. Right? It is kind of that.
11:24. That was 1 minute. I guess the friends part is also more longer, right? 24.
How do I feel about the environment I live in right now? I still feel constrained as I felt. You can see it on the screen unless I make myself smaller. But here I say, how do you feel about...
Oh, there was another one. Let's see. How do you feel about...
the environment right now? This was in June, and I said I feel worse about this than before. My optimistic take on past videos is right, it's etc. But I still don't feel fully supported as alive. This is especially true when I think of friends. And right now, I would say that in a way, yes, but in a way, like nothing has changed, right? So the constraints are still the same. I still feel, but the support angle that I give it there, like right now, I feel more like real constraints, right? So for example, times that I can do things, those kind of stuff, are still constrained in this way. Basically, living with the parents is still living with the parents. But I do feel that the money will change at least some aspect of it. It will make me be like my brother right now, who does things more independently because he has a girlfriend, he has a life, right? And I think this will give me a life to have, basically, which is interesting. And we'll kind of not remove the constraints per se, but at least give some leeway in the constraints, especially for internally. And regarding the part here where I say something like, I don't feel supported alive, etc. I think I'm feeling less not supported. I'm feeling not exactly more supported, but less not supported, let's say. And yeah, let's see. And yeah, I say there, this is especially true when I think of friends. Now maybe like nothing really has changed, but I feel a little bit less like that, like I felt then. Let's just say that. Next question: how do you feel about following your duration recently? And in this case, I will say that I feel better. In the other video, I felt really bad about it. Now I feel a little bit better. Interesting what this kind of just single job thing does. I mean, it's not just that, to be honest. I literally wrote it here. It's not just a job, but in general, it's like I feel like I'm more receptive to things people say because I feel more confident in my ability. Right? Maybe it's the reading, something like that. I don't know. Maybe I think it could be something like that. Instead of just watching videos of other people doing things around this, I'm kind of reading more. And reading is different from watching people say opinions because reading, I don't know, it has like a different tone. And it's like you think while you read. While watching, it sparks less thoughts, I would say. Because the information is like coming at you. Versus reading, where the information is there, you can pause, you can think, and then you can continue, right? Videos are more like bombarding the information. Which is like classes, for example, are essential videos, right? But, so I'm not saying it's bad, right? I'm saying it's bad to learn from videos. But I am saying that, in my case, I feel like the books, the reading maybe has been beneficial. And I guess, then I was saying this, I felt bad by my intuition because my intuition told me that I had to get away from the default path, right? And I literally say there, I feel like it has taken me nowhere, my intuition, and that I have to take a step back and listen to reason or the default path or something, right? And maybe I feel like now I'm listening to the default path, but in my way. I'm listening to reason, but in my way, and I feel like my intuition has taken me there, right? It's like part of my intuition was listening to, like, being able to be like, yes, I have to take a step back, right? That step is some.
I think if I had to make the video again, I would say instead of feeling like I'm going into the default path, but my way, I would say something like, I am connecting to the world. Not because the path is not going to be default, right? But it requires a job, right? Which in a sense is the default path. But also, I know that, I don't know, but the idea is that it's not going to be a default career. Something that I guess I had to intuit, right? I have to, instead of like going all out on or doing something crazy, right? I did the rational thing or whatever, right? But I didn't do it right. I hope I don't say anything like this on the interview because I'm tired of failing interviews because people interpret my honesty and my realness and my ambition as negatives for their company. It's more like intuitively, right? And I think that is obviously my fault for saying it. But yeah. So I hope I don't say it. I saw this kind of path. I saw the thing that
I threw myself with the most strength at the thing that looked the most promising, right? At the thing that, and that was an intuitive process. It was not super rational, right? It had a lot of discussion, etc. And it was not like a single moment decision, like whatever, but it has a lot of intuitive components, is what I mean. And I feel aligned with them, I guess. What really makes you happy?
Difficult questions. That's why it takes so long, because these questions are difficult.
I don't know. Here I say I'm more hopeful, etc. because I have things coming up. So that's a factor of expecting things. Right? I think that what gets my mood up, having things coming up, right? Being expectant for things. But I don't know because I know like it's possible that if I will feel even more sad if I get rejected from even this, right? If even these people reject me, I will feel pretty bad. Right? I will have a moment of like not knowing what the hell to do. So I hope that doesn't happen. But if it does happen, I guess I will figure it out some other way. But still, right? It's the having things coming up and achieving these goals, etc. That gives me happiness, right? That gives me motivation to continue. Etc. Not really happiness, not sure that. Then who really makes me happy? This is still I left continue. Etc. Not really happiness, but that. Then who really makes me happy? This is still I left it blank in the last video. Right now, I don't know. It's like I mentioned the thing about friends before, right? Here in the vacation part, I do feel like my friends do make me happy, right? But there is always this part, right? It's like the online world, etc. Now I can also see what things in it make me more happy versus what things make me less happy, I would say, right? So, well, that really belongs to the what category, but also the who category, right? They can see whose videos, for example, make me feel better, make me feel hopeful, etc. And whose videos make me feel envious, I guess. Whose videos make me think and whose videos make me mad, that kind of thing, right? Or on Twitter, whose accounts kind of get me mad and whose accounts I like, that kind of thing. And then how's my health? Although in the previous point, like who really, the accounts part is difficult, right? I'm not 100% on anything, right? I can say, okay, I'm saying that it's a process and that I think I'm getting better at figuring out who makes me angry, right? Who makes me angry and who makes me think in a good way, right? But sometimes it's the same person, right? Sometimes the same person says something that makes me angry but that makes me think, that kind of thing, right? So yeah, it's not a simple issue. But then, now, how is my health? No change.
And it's status updates and also the next 100 videos.
But, okay, I'm more or less healthy, I still can walk around, blah, 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 right? But I've been thinking about the kind of back pain, posture, and dental things, right? I say no change because I still had this issue back then when I said no change before, etc. I've been having these kind of small issues for a long time. But now, because I have this hopefulness about money, I think that maybe I will feel more agentic about kind of getting to solve them, right? I don't know. So yeah, it was my status update 2023. Sorry, my status update September 2024. You can post summer after summer edition. You can watch my playlist of past status updates over here. I will leave it here. Status update September 2024. It's more or less like mid-September, I would say. Early mid-September. So I watched this.
Okay, I have to post the fucking end card playlist status updates. Wait. Fuck it, sure, let's put it over there. But I wanted the end card. Añadir. Last playlist status updates.
Summer after summer edition. You can watch my playlist of past status updates over here. I will leave it here. Summer edition. So yeah, it was my status update 2023. Sorry, my status update September 2024. You can post summer after summer edition. You can watch my playlist of past status updates over here. I will leave it here.
Publico. Copy. Publish. Now Twitter. Did I put the fucking... Yes, playlist and past status updates. Now let's look up from Coscorro Drift status update más reciente late June. Previous status update. Boop. So yeah, this was it for today. For tomorrow, either trains, probably trains. Unless, okay, maybe unless I really want to record this video. Control O. Journal 13. This video of if you were to make just one X per year, what would it be? This is basically saying something like, I want to make one. If Visa, I saw some video by Visa, and he said something like, if I were to write just one essay this year, what essay would it be? Right, as to orient him in the direction where he wants to go, so that he writes some essay, kind of trying to get there, right? So it's like, if I were to make just one video per year, right, what video would I make? And it's a question that kind of has me a little bit paralyzed, right? Because I don't know. I think of an idea, and then I think, okay, but I wouldn't just make just one. Or if I were to make one, only one, maybe I would research a little bit before, right? That kind of thing, right? So yeah, I wanted to think about that question, but I will either leave that for tomorrow, but maybe I will leave that question for tomorrow when we are inside a train or something like this. I don't know. We'll see. Until then, thank you for being here, and goodbye. Now I'll go to the cat, I guess.